vlog. So I just wanted to sit down and talk a little bit about how some of my knitting projects are going. I have 2 completed projects and then 2 whips, so go ahead and jump right in. So the first whip, I am slightly embarrassed to show this because it's definitely not anything wonderful looking. This is my heirloom quilt cardigan. These are the little pieces that I've made so far. A lot of them are not blocked, and I just wanted to throw them together with a little temporary stitching, just honestly to have the motivation to keep working on it, because I know at the end of the day I'm going to love this as a cardigan and I'm going to wear it all the time. But sometimes the way my brain is when I'm working on a project that is very, if it's not something like a top-down sweater where I can see it unfold and try it on, I have a little bit of a hard time with motivation. So I just wanted to throw these together, mostly unblocked, just to see what it would look like. The back is truly insane, but I love how all these colors are coming together, and for the most part the weight actually ended up working out. I know I was talking in my last video about being a little bit worried about the tension and the weight of different kinds of DK yarn, but I think it's going to work out. So anyway, this is what I have to show of that project. Hopefully in the near future we'll have something we could actually try on. That would be wonderful. The second work in progress that I also wish was a little bit further along is my Nomad jacket. I should give myself a little bit more credit. This back piece took quite a large amount of time. I bound off at the edge, so we're great there. And now the spot where we're at is the front shoulder. So really excited to have this piece coming along, and probably over my winter break I'll be knitting on this a bit more, but I took a little bit of a break from it. I was planning over Thanksgiving break to go really hard and get both front panels done, but instead I actually ended up knitting an entire sweater. So this is one of my completed projects. This was not really necessarily planned. I had this cone of worsted weight heathered yarn from Jagger Spun sitting on my bookshelf for quite some time, and I decided to turn it into this sweater. This is actually the same pattern where in my last video when I was showing you some pieces I'd like to frog, this is the same sweater that I attempted twice in white and then black and green, but this colorway just really was it for me. It was motivating enough to finish, and it's so cozy and really, really nice. I knit it in a size medium, which feels a lot better. It's just a little bit more of a relaxed fit. I'll go ahead and insert some footage here of me wearing it. I really, really love this sweater and how it turned out. Unfortunately, this colorway is no longer available on Jagger Spun, which is really sad. I bought an entire cone of it because they were discontinuing the color, but it's this really delightful rusty brownish reddish color. It's so great, and I'm really happy to have a finished project to wear throughout the rest of the winter. So this next favorite you've already seen a little bit of in the video, but it's a completed pair of Celeste mittens by Petite Knit. I had been eyeing this sweater pattern for a while, but I didn't have the materials to make it quite yet, still don't. But when I saw that she came out with a worsted weight mitten, I was really, really excited because I had all this scrap yarn from previous commissions that was all worsted weight. That wasn't necessarily my normal color palette, but together for these mittens, they just turned out so wonderfully, and I'm really happy with how these turned out. So for these I just have to block them and then they will be all set. The next fiber related update is actually right behind me, and it is my rigid heddle loom from Ashby. I was given this by my mom. She has a big floor loom now that she uses, so she doesn't really use her rigid heddle, so she gave it to me. feeling very, very blessed about that, because not only do I have that set up for the new year, I've never woven before, so it's a totally new world for me. But on top of that, in 6 weeks, I have a shacked, matchless spinning wheel coming in the mail. I trialed one at a local fiber store near me a little while ago. I went in with the intention of buying the flat iron wheel. I liked the aesthetic of it more. I liked the black wheel and it just felt a little bit more upgraded and modern. But when I tried the matchless, I just completely fell in love with the smoothness of the pedals and the treadles and the rotation. So I'm super excited. The only real experience I've had with making my own yarn is actually with a drop spindle that I have right here. I don't even enjoy looking at this, to be honest, because I really struggled with the drop spindle. I got it, I mean, there's a decent amount on here. I got it eventually, but I don't feel particularly motivated about working on the drop spindle. I don't really enjoy the motion of it, and I also felt very unmotivated by the pace of the drop spindle. I wanted to be able to see real progress in my spinning and in terms of quantity of yarn that I was making, and I just felt like it was going to take me a really, really long time to make enough yarn for something I'd actually want to make, like a sweater or a cardigan with just a drop spindle. So I really liked the motion of spinning. I just like it a lot more on the wheel versus something like this. But that being said, I do have two bags of roving from Blueface Leicester sheep from the British Isles in these really stunning colors. So this will be what I'll spin on the matchless once it arrives, which I'm really, really excited about. So definitely be on the lookout for some upcoming spinning content. Lastly, I just wanted to talk a little bit about some books I've really been enjoying. I just finished The Lying Life of Adults by Elena Ferrante. Really, really loved this book. I didn't like it as much as the My Brilliant Friend series, but still, I mean, they're just completely different stories, and so there's not really any comparison. If I had to pick, I would pick the My Brilliant Friend series, but this was still really, really wonderful. If you've already read that series, I would really recommend checking this one out. Just so captivating. I'm really always shocked when I read her books. I often will read them at a time where I'm feeling kind of unmotivated to read, because I know that her writing is just going to suck me in and make me want to read for hours on end. So really, really love this one and would highly recommend. The book that I'm currently reading is actually by the same author that I was mentioning last time of the book I just finished, called Trick. Super talented author. I'm only 20 pages into this one, but the cover really captivated me, and so far the storyline is very engaging and the writing is wonderful. So I will absolutely keep you all updated on that as well. Alright, that's it for today's vlog. I really appreciate you all stopping by. Feel free to subscribe if you're interested in more content, particularly content related to spinning and weaving, as that will be a big thing that I'm delving into in the new year. But for now, stay tuned for some more knitting projects and some gardening content and some interior design stuff. And yeah, I really appreciate you all watching, and I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your week. Take care. Bye.